Hi, and welcome to the Eczema Podcast, where you'll learn tips, products, and natural eczema remedies from Abby, registered holistic nutritionist and founder of PrimePhysiqueNutrition.com. Here's your host of the Eczema Podcast, Abby.
Before we begin, be sure to check out my site to learn more about my 2 ebooks, Healing Eczema, Why Dieting is Not Enough, and my detailed eczema healing treatment plan. So hi everyone, welcome to the Eczema Podcast. I'm here with a very special guest today. I have Michelle here from purelytwins.com. She runs an online fitness and wellness club with her twin sister, Lori. She's a personal trainer and recipe developer, and there's tons of awesome, simple, healthy recipes on her site if you ever want to check it out. She's here today to share her journey with healing eczema that she's been battling for the last 2 years. And she hopes that her story will inspire others to keep going and not to give up. So welcome, Michelle.
Hi, thanks for having me here.
My pleasure. It's so good to have you here.
Love your podcast.
Thanks so much. So today, let's talk about your journey with eczema and things you've been doing to battle it. I know that being a personal trainer and running an online fitness club as well, how's that been for you?
My clients have been amazing. They've been so supportive of me because a lot of the times during these past few years, I've had to take a few weeks off because my skin was that bad that it literally hurt to do anything, to move or anything. So they've been so supportive. And that's what I just love about being able to connect with people all over. There's so many amazing, sweet people out there. And everyone, I've been sharing my journey over on my blog and my social media outlets, and it's amazing how I find more and more people that either they had it or they know someone else, and you just kind of share and connect, and just kind of, it's nice to be able to have where someone you can kind of vent and just have that support to kind of get you through. As you probably know with eczema, you need a lot of support to get through.
I totally agree. And you have that, you have a great community of people, and you have a huge following on your social media.
Thanks.
Why don't you tell us some of the things that you've been doing to help your skin, whether it's from diet to supplements or lifestyle?
Yeah, so I've tried a lot of different things. I've read probably every single book out there on eczema and podcasts and blogs out there. And, there's so many, as you probably do in your research and journey, it's one thing that I found kind of frustrating with eczema and dealing with it is that everyone has their solution and stuff, but everyone has their own reason why they have eczema, and then you have to find your journey to heal it. And that's what I've been trying to hope to inspire people with mine, is sharing everything that I've been trying and things that have worked and haven't worked. And even though I tried one tip and it's worked for that person, but it didn't work for me, you have to do it yourself. You have to document it. And I've tried in terms of dieting, I definitely think diet is a big component to eczema, but I also notice for me, seeking different treatments that I didn't think of, as well as changing my mindset has been the biggest thing. Because I used to think, why me? Because my eczema didn't appear till about in 2011. I started having it on and off, but it was really, really bad, severe eczema for about the past 2 years. And I really didn't understand why. I ate I worked out regularly. I feel like I was eating a clean diet and, try to manage my stress better. And then, but things happen in life, especially as adults. You do gain more stress. I was running my own business. I also had another job. I had 2 jobs at the time. So I was traveling a lot for one of them. And, life kind of gets in the way and just things start kind of rolling. And so I just kind of got frustrated. And again, I was documenting my blog, and I tried elimination diets, cleanses. I got all this blood work done. And, just by me sharing it, though, I feel like has led me to where I am. I'm finally, this past month, I finally am healing. I feel like I can finally say that I'm healing.
That's amazing.
I know, I literally can remember waking up, just dreading waking up because it hurt so bad. I didn't know what I was going to be facing that day. Because you probably know, every day you have to fight to not itch your skin.
It's so hard.
And it's such a mental drain, and trying to run a business and be all happy in front of people and camera. It was really, really hard. But I can greatly, I'm so happy and blessed today. I can say that I'm finally free of pain, and my skin is finally healing. It takes time. The healing process, I would say, is really hard. As much as it is during when you're at your peak worst moment, at that moment, I remember I never thought I would be where I am today, and that where it comes to having a support system. I'm lucky I have a twin sister who would always tell me, you're going to heal, you're going to heal, you did it once before, you can do it again, and that really, really got me through. And so I hope, again, sharing my story, let people know they're not alone, and just keep trying new things, and you'll find what works for your skin.
That's amazing. I know, I can totally relate to you, as can, I guess, all of my viewers and listeners. Just that discouragement, that pain that people go through just to fight to go through each day. So it's really encouraging to see that you've found something that's really been helping you. So why don't you give us a bit of insight into things that you've been doing that have really helped?
Yeah. The number one thing I can say for me for sure was, I know you're a fan of it too, Epsom salt.
Ooh,
that it's been a lifesaver.
Yeah.
I take Epsom salt baths regularly, but being a busy lady over here, I kind of ran out of time of taking baths. So I started just doing it in the shower real quick. And so what I would do, I would hop in the shower and I would try to do it every morning. Because if I could do a Epsom salt shower every morning and then I would put my lotions on, I could literally go almost the whole day with no itching. And so I always felt like that was a great improvement. And I noticed if I didn't shower in the morning, I noticed it kind of creeping up. So what I would just do is just get in the shower, and I would just literally just take Epsom salt in my hand and just kind of rub it all over gently. And it stings a little bit, but that stinging, I felt like it was like getting in there and like healing it. So you kind of have to get through that little moment of the burn, a little bit of the Epsom salt kind of stinging the wound, especially if you have open wounds, which I had a lot of. And then I would just put lotions on. And one thing with the lotions, it took me a long time to find a lotion that my skin liked, because I tried oils like coconut oil, sunflower, everything, and my skin, it didn't make a difference in my skin. It just wasn't penetrating through enough. So I had to kind of go more of kind of not really natural, which is kind of hard for me because I'm really about doing stuff as natural as possible. But then I've also learned you kind of have to be open-minded and try anything. So I have some of the ones that I've been really, really liking that I noticed a difference in my skin to show people they're interested is the Cetaphil. And it actually has that it's eczema calming body moisturizer. So make sure you get the one that says that. This one I put on first out of the shower, and I really feel like it just really helps seal everything in, and I can really prevent itching. And then one that's really been making the biggest difference, and I feel that's really moisturizing my skin and kind of making it not so red, is the Eucerin Eczema Relief. And it's got oatmeal in it, which I know oatmeal is very, very good and calming for skin. I even tried taking oatmeal baths a few times and things if I had time, and put some lavender essential oil in, which I know you're a fan of as well. So those are like some big things that I noticed that really helped my skin. So that was kind of helping the appearance. And then as well as I'm believing that you have to heal the inside, the outside. And I've done all different types of cleanses and gut healing approach. And the most recent one I got, and I wrote it down here so I wouldn't forget, is a book called The Digestive Health with Real Food. And the lady has a protocol about its elimination diet. It's really, really basic, simple one. Really simple foods. And only like meat, spinach, carrots, and coconut oil, like a very limited diet. I've been over on the blog, I've been kind of highlighting some of my days and my eats to kind of get through this. But really simplifying my diet like that, I noticed has really helped a lot. And when it comes to diet, though, with eczema, like I said, I've read all different types of books, and I followed the raw vegan approach. I followed paying attention to my acid and alkaline level. I've done everything out there. None of those made a difference in my skin. And everyone kept telling me, got to eat more plants, more vegan-like. And I did that, and it made no difference. And I believe in the power of vegetables and greens, but it wasn't making a difference. And then I came across this article, and I can't remember now where it was, but I was reading about an article saying if you have wounds or like open wounds, things you need to heal, you need protein, you need like collagen and stuff to help heal it. So I started adding more meat back into my diet pretty regularly, and bone broth and organ meats. And that's when I started doing that these past, month and a half, it's made a huge difference in my skin and the healing process. And
that's amazing.
It just goes to show everyone's different. I know I was listening to one of your podcasts, and a girl in there, I think, mentioned her more vegetarian vegan has helped her. And it just goes to show we all are different, and you have to try it one way or the other and document it and see if your symptoms get worse or not. But for me, following more of kind of paleo, I guess, type of approach, gluten-free, grain-free, dairy-free, has really been helping me a lot. And so I recommend just, experimenting with diet if you haven't already. It's a great tool to kind of figure out what's working for you. And I've been avoiding a lot of the common allergens out there, and I do hope to, when I really feel comfortable where I'm at, to maybe start experimenting with them. But the thing that I've learned the most through elimination diets, and I don't know if it was the same for you or not when you did yours, but I've done a few, and they cleared up my eczema at that time. But then I kind of went back to old habits of eating and just things, and it came back. Mm-hmm. So my biggest tip for people, if you're going to approach diet and elimination diet, is keep going. Even though you're like, this is what I'm dealing with right now, even though I'm seeing improvements, and I notice sometimes I catch myself like kind of going off course with my diet and my skin pays the price. Keep going a little bit longer on that clean diet before you really start trying to add other foods back in, because even though you looks like you're healing, it's still taking time inside for your body to catch up. And that was the biggest tip I would like someone out there, just to not follow my mistakes and quickly, literally like the next day of like going back to eating how you used to eat. Like really take your time and enjoy the healing process, and don't rush it, because it's not fun to kind of backtrack.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think those are some awesome tips. With the protein, I completely agree. Our bodies need protein to heal, and their tissues need to regenerate itself. And I think that's one thing that I made the mistake of when I was doing the elimination diet, was I didn't add enough protein, and my body just had a protein deficiency, and I started losing a lot of muscle and dropping weight like crazy. And yeah, I just love how, you found something that works for you, and adding in organ meats and doing the paleo diet really works. That's actually what I follow too, the paleo diet.
Yeah, it's I feel like, I know there's a lot of people that have the issues with meat, and I'm not here to tell people to eat meat or not eat meat, but it's more being open-minded. And if you truly want to heal, you have to, if something's not working, you have to be, and that was hard for me sometimes, you have to be honest with yourself and be like, is this really worth it? If I'm not, you have to kind of make that decision for yourself. And there's a lot of different ways to heal, different approaches and things, but I try my best to do it naturally through diet and supplements. And there's some supplements that I found have really made a huge difference also on my skin. And I believe you're a fan as well, is vitamin D.
Oh yeah, love vitamin D.
Got my vitamin D levels tested back in December, and they were pretty low, and my doctor wants to see them higher. So I've been supplementing with it, and then I go back probably in the next month. I'm going to go back and get it tested to kind of see where I'm at. But those have really made a difference. Probiotics, and another one that I really like that I've noticed in my skin likes is called borage oil, I think.
Oh, and yeah, that helps a lot.
And I go on and off with the supplement. Whenever I go off of it, my skin comes back dry and worse. So I'm definitely trying to keep up with keeping this oil in my diet. And there's other ones, evening promos, oil is another form of it. Mm-hmm. Just healthy fats is a huge, and I'm a big healthy fat eater, is a huge thing on helping your skin stay moist. So don't feel fat. So I guess is what I want to tell people. I know it's kind of a odd thing these days to think about, but I'm a huge coconut oil fan. If you follow my blog or anything, you'll see me eating it all the time.
Well, your recipes are great. Some of them only have like 3-4 ingredients, and they work out so well. So for any listeners out there, if you want great recipes, head over to purelytwins.com, because she has a lot of them, and they're grain-free as well. They're super healthy. And you know how you mentioned the borage oil? Have you tried fish oil or cod liver oil? Have they made a difference like borage oil has?
Oh yes, I've been taking fermented cod liver oil. It's a liquid I get from Green Pastures.
I take the same one.
And I've been taking it for 2 years, and I got my blood work done on that. I wanted to know one thing I was wondering, where was my omega level? So I got them tested, and the doctor said she's never seen numbers like that. I was like the first client she's ever had that was actually in the green. She's like, whatever you're doing,
it's amazing,
because your ratio to omega-3 to 6, most people have it wrong, and mine was spot on perfect. She said, whatever you're doing, keep doing. And all I can think of was that. For 2 years, I've been very consistent of taking 1 teaspoon of fermented cod liver oil. And there was moments when I was like really in my healing crisis. I felt like I really need help. I would some days take 2 teaspoons. So that's another thing too. When you're going through your really bad point of healing, you might have to alter your supplements a little bit higher or eat something a little bit more of to kind of just kind of jumpstart. That another great supplement is going back into the protein is the collagen that I get through bone broth, as well as gelatin. I make marshmallows to get my gelatin, and then I also do we call them our mushes, and I just kind of mix coconut oil with gelatin and some other stuff, and it's really great for healing the skin, and plus it's great for other hair and nails too.
Yeah, so I've been doing bone broth consistently. I just started doing it very consistently for the last 2-3 weeks, and I don't know if it's that's made my skin a lot softer. Have you noticed that after taking it, you get a lot softer?
And I'll go through periods where I'll either get lazy and I don't make it, or I don't have any in stock anymore, and I'll really will notice my skin I start flaking more. And so it's just, I just have a cup a day. There's some days I would have 2 cups, but I would normally just a cup a day is a good dose for me, and I really notice a difference. And I feel like it really does help my digestion as well. I don't know if you notice that helping too, but that's why I like it too.
Oh, no, I haven't noticed the difference in digestion yet, but maybe as I take it longer, it might help, because I heard that it does help digestive system.
Yeah, well, especially since I'm eating very, very basic diet, like I said, just a very few group foods right now, I guess I really notice it helping a lot, because there's not many other foods that I'm eating that are irritating it. Like I'm eating kind of even like a low fiber diet right now, because that can be irritating to your gut, and I'm trying to heal, really make sure that's healed. So I feel like that maybe that's too why I'm noticing more benefits. I'm not really having any foods that are causing any irritations or anything like that. So all the food I'm eating is really nourishing. And so I really feel like my stomach and digestion has been spot on too. So that's been nice. That's another thing I just struggle with is digestion issues. So that's been nice.
That's really good. It sounds like you found a lot of things that have helped you to heal. Are there any last things that you might want to add?
Yeah, well, like I said, you have to kind of seek alternative treatments. One other thing because I was struggling finding something to help with the itch besides the Epsom salt baths, and finally finding lotions that didn't cause my skin to itch. Because there was a period of time where anything I put on my skin, natural or not natural, it burned, and I would literally just itch it off. And so it took a long time for me to get to that point where I got the inflammation down. And that was through reducing stress, experiment diet supplements, and then finding what products work for my skin. But this past month, I've been getting something called, and it's been new to me. It's mostly geared to people with psoriasis, but someone mentioned that give it a try, and I had a few people comment one time on one of my Instagram photos that they've done it, and it's called light therapy, also known as phototherapy, and it's like a big tanning bed kind of thing, but it's run by a doctor, and you only go in for a little bit because it's so powerful. But I've been doing that for about a month. I go about twice a week to get a session, and they last like a few seconds, like I said. But that's the number one thing I felt that's really helped with the itch. And that's what the doctor told me. He goes, it really won't help with the way your skin looks. I feel like that's more diet and supplements. But the itch is I feel so. If you have really, really bad itching, like how I had it, and nothing was working, look into that. That's another, I feel like out of the box is what I found. I saw so many different types of dermatologists, and it took me, my sister actually, to find a specialist down in Florida I had to fly down to mention it to me. No doctor, no dermatologist around me ever once mentioned that, and I was kind of frustrated and surprised by it, because I've done more research on it, and it is well known for helping skin issues, not just eczema and psoriasis, but some other skin issues. And so I was just kind of shocked that once the doctor, if you don't want to take the steroid, they kind of push you out the door, and they don't really work with you to find. So I feel like you have to kind of reach out and investigate and never stop trying new things. That's another tip I just want to get across is just keep going. If something's not working, research, try new things. There's tons of information out there on eczema and healing. But again, it's your own personal journey. And like I said, I'm sharing everything. I hope to do more videos over on my YouTube channel of more detail about my blood work and things like that. But just generally, like I said, supplements, looking into alternative treatments, and just never giving up.
I think that's so encouraging, like even everything you've said so far, because I know, I follow you as well. I know that, it can be such a struggle sometimes. So it's just so awesome to hear you say that you found something that really works for you. We're running out of time, but do you have any last words of advice that you want to give to our viewers and listeners?
Yes, one last thing that I felt like I've really been doing the past month, and it's made a huge difference in finally getting over that hurdle, is visualizing my skin getting better. When I was at my worst, though, I couldn't do it. I was like, there's no way, this is how I'm going to be for the rest of my life. So I had to rely on my sister, my twin sister, Lori, to be like, no, you're going to have beautiful skin. You had it once before. And I feel like if it takes so much out of you to really dig down deep, but to actually to not look at when you see yourself in the mirror, to not see your skin bleeding or red patches and burning, to really visualize yourself beautiful with beautiful skin and just keep doing it. It might feel weird at first. It might feel it's not working, but just keep doing it. Visualizing the positive side of your skin and appreciating every little small improvement. Like I said, I just noticed one spot healing, and that was enough to kind of help me, like, I'm doing it. And then another spot started healing. It takes time, and like I said, don't give up, but bring in the visualization and positive things towards your skin. You'll be amazed. That could be like the last tipping it was for me to kind of get over that hurdle to finally be on the healing side.
I totally agree with you. That's actually something I practice too, because I struggle.
I wrote a blog post about it.
Yeah, like one thing I struggle with is like really dry skin, especially in our Canadian winters, and just visualizing. I do it in the morning and evening before I sleep, and then I try to write down affirmations in my journal. But I found that just doing it, like, it attracts that sort of healing to you. And apparently visualization helps your brain figure out a way to, I guess, make that happen easier, and it just removes the roadblocks. So I love how you're doing that too.
Yeah, I'm a big believer that what your mind can control your body. So if you can control your mind to stay positive and things, like, it can be hard though, especially if you're in a really bad outbreak. I understand it can be extremely hard, but just journal, just keep working through it. There's a lot of great meditations on YouTube for free you can listen to for healing. I like Lewis Hayes. She's got a lot, or Lewis Hayes.
I love her too, yeah.
She's got a lot on YouTube that I listen to before going to bed. And sometimes I fall asleep during it, but I feel like just repeatedly doing it, someone guiding me through to be positive until I get to the point where I can automatically do it on my own is really, really beneficial.
Mm-hmm. Totally. So thank you so much, Michelle, for being on the podcast today. Do you have a contact or a website that people can find you on?
Yes, definitely. I'm over on the blog, purelytwins.com. You can find me. I'm on YouTube as well, on Instagram. But over on my blog, I have a contact, an email if anyone wants to contact me or leave a comment on my blog. Pretty easy to find. Just Google Purely Twins and I'll pop up somewhere.
Yeah, and for my viewers and listeners, if you guys want great recipes, great fitness videos, and great tips in general, her YouTube channel and blog is a great resource. So I just encourage you to check it out. So thanks so much, Michelle, for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me, and I send healing vibes to everyone out there.
Thanks for listening to the Eczema Podcast, and stay tuned for our next episode. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass it along to your friends and colleagues. Visit primephysiquenutrition.com for more articles and tips. Thanks for listening.